Ben, you studied organic chemistry and eventually you somehow ended up setting up your own very successful business. How did you start? When was it?
Well, I left university in 1987 and my first job was really an accident of geography because I was trying to find, having done organic chemistry, I was going to join, I thought, a pharmaceutical company and do research for them or some such business, or perhaps do a PhD. But I was actually looking for the presentation of ICI. I was at Cambridge, and in those days, companies used to come to Cambridge and do something called a milk round, try to recruit people. So I was looking for the ICI presentation.
Milking graduates.
Milking graduates, exactly. Which of which Krakow should be very familiar because I think it's attracting a lot of businesses in order to take advantage of the graduate population that comes out of your excellent universities here. But anyway, I walked into the wrong presentation. It was Lehman Brothers, and the Lehman Brothers director, I think, had a little too much to drink.
A legendary company that turned notorious at some point.
Yeah, well, they were a great bank. You know, whatever the end, the ignominious end that they had in 2008, be that as it may, back in 1987, they were a superb bank and remained a superb bank for many years. We're an entrepreneurial commercial property fund manager, and what that means is that we're seeking good deals for our clients and investors in the countries in which we operate. And we effectively operate in the United Kingdom, Poland and Romania. Poland being the biggest contributor to our earnings as a group, actually. About 90% of First Property Group's earnings come from our investments in Poland. So it's a very significant and important part of our portfolio. And our basic business model is to raise money from pension funds, high net worth individuals, family offices, partner that money with our own money, and then find these interesting deals in the countries in which we invest. We came to Poland just after it had joined the European Union, not because it had just joined the European Union, but actually because the United Kingdom was in bubble territory. It's just a coincidence that Poland at that time had joined the EU, a very happy coincidence, because it meant money was flooding into Poland and it became a very compelling business proposition. But our first investment was in fact in Prague, in Warsaw, which was...
Not to be confused with the Czech Prague.
No, not to be confused with the Czech Prague, an altogether different location, a perfectly good and affluent residential part of Warsaw, getting better as time moves on. But yeah, an interesting place for us to have made our first investment.
What does it take for a organic chemistry graduate from Cambridge to suddenly start thinking along the lines of the Lehman Brothers and the likes?
Well, it was very simple. It was the difference between £8,000 a year and £17,500 a year at Lehman Brothers.
You don't strike me exactly as someone who would be driven by financial decisions alone. So
I'm not driven.
There's a reason why someone goes to study organic chemistry and all of a sudden shifts to finance.
I'm not driven by money alone, and I was captivated by the Lehman proposition. You know, Big Bang had just happened in the City of London. I don't know if you're familiar with Big Bang, but it was a deregulation of the city back in 1986. It was the late 80s. Greed was good. Meritocracy ruled okay. It was a go-getting, ambitious, hungry, vibrant atmosphere in which to work, and I just loved everything that Lehman had to offer, and it was more than twice the salary that I would otherwise have been getting, so it became a no-brainer for me.
And after that, after a spell for Lehman Brothers, you decided to go your own way.
Yeah, I set up. So I went.
Was there a catalyst of this process, or was it a kind of natural, organic process of coming to this decision?
I always had a desire to run my own business, and after the credit crunch of the early 90s, there was a severe recession in the United Kingdom in the early 90s. I don't know what happened to Poland then, but I suspect you were probably shielded from what we were experiencing. But anyway, there was a recession in 1990, property values collapsed, and I was induced into coming into property in 1994 in partnership with one other guy who was actually running a business to develop convenience stores across the country in the UK. And it just seemed like a really good time to be going into property. So being the sort of inherent entrepreneur that I am, I followed my nose and joined him. We've been very lucky. Luck comes out of obviously hard work and good thinking to a significant extent.